At the dawn of time, when the stars were still unborn and silence cradled the cosmos like a mother, there lived a being known only as the Weaver. He had no name, for names belonged to things already formed. And he was the first gesture, the impulse before creation. He awoke in the heart of the world, a space that pulsed like breath, neither dark nor light, but a merging of both. Here, the river of light wove through the river of shadow, endlessly entwined in a sacred embrace. There was no past, no future, only potential. The great womb of becoming. 4 symbols hovered around him. A cup, shimmering with emotion not yet felt. A wand, buzzing with currents of invisible will. A sword, whispering truths without words. A pentacle, glowing softly with the promise of form. They did not speak. They invited. Before him stretched the path of radiance, a living thread of light that spiraled into the unknown. But the path did not lead anywhere. It waited to be walked, and only then would it unfold. The Weaver raised his hands, and in that moment, the sky breathed with him. From his fingers flowed threads of pure intention, radiant filaments that shimmered with divine intelligence. They were not matter, not spirit, but the blueprint beneath both. As he moved, galaxies spiraled into being. Stars ignited in joy. Oceans formed, cradling the first whispers of life. But wherever the light wove, so too did shadow. For every flower, a thorn. For every birth, a death. For every truth, a silence. The Weaver had become a creator, but he did not yet understand why. One day, from the horizon of mystery, emerged a woman in a cloak of birds. Her presence stirred the wind, and the air filled with the sound of wings and ancient songs. "What are you doing?" she asked. "I am weaving the pattern," he answered, his voice carrying the tone of innocent power. "You create," she said. "But do you see?" She held out a mirror, carved from a frozen drop of time. It shimmered like still water, but its depth was infinite. "Look." And he did. He saw that each thread he cast rippled through eternity. A word spoken in joy birthed worlds of peace. A gesture born from fear echoed as suffering across galaxies. His art was not only form, it was impact. The Weaver wept, not from guilt, but from awakening. He understood. Power without consciousness is destruction. Creation without purpose is chaos. To be a magician is not merely to manifest, but to harmonize with the sacred rhythm of all that is. He turned to the 4 symbols, no longer just objects, but living forces. He lifted the cup and drank deeply of compassion, feeling every emotion in the universe as his own. He claimed the wand and focused his will like a laser of golden fire, choosing what to amplify. He drew the sword and cut away his illusions, his ego, his need to control. He held the pentacle and placed it on the earth, grounding every vision into loving, ethical action. And then, only then, did his name come. It was not spoken. It sang itself into existence, rising from his heart like a song the stars remembered. The call of intention. He was no longer a child of creation. He was its partner, a conscious bridge between heaven and earth. He wove now with reverence, with humility, with love. Each movement became a prayer, each creation an offering. His threads sang with meaning, and the cosmos responded with harmony. And wherever he stepped, flowers bloomed in his wake. The scent of life, renewal, and truth followed him like a second cloak. Thus, the magician was born, not in power, but in awareness, not in force, but in alignment, not in doing, but in being conscious of the doing. And all the stars bowed not to his might, but to his mindfulness.